Hey guys, welcome to another fun and exciting iMight GT7 stream. This is round 2 of the exhibition round at Deep Forest. And as you can see, I did mention I've been pushing to get an A and I finally made it. So I registered into GT1, missed out in round 1 by half an hour. But I'm finally in here. This is my very first race as an A driver. So I consider this an apprenticeship. Don't expect the race to be great. I had no perception of how I would go, except for maybe poorly. And it's really just an apprenticeship, learn, and I may drop it back into B. At least I'll have gained something, push back into A a bit later and get more experience, and then progress from there. So again, it's just an apprenticeship. Because it's got heavy damage, I did not want to be in the middle of the pack anyway, so I did not qualify. I didn't want to be in anyone's way. Just start at the back. It's probably where I'm going to end up anyway, so I thought I'll start at the back, keep clear of people. Didn't want to make enemies. I'm a new face to GT1 as an A driver. I'm doing my apprenticeship, so I'll start at the back, and surprise, surprise, luckily I get no damage, but yeah, I get past a few people. So there were 16 people, someone dropped out during qualifying, so starting 15th, and I'm up to 12th already. The beginning of this race I started to progress reasonably well, so I was a bit surprised. It's taken me a while to put this stream together. I was trying to stitch the replay to the live recording, but as you might notice, every once in a while there's little snippets that are being cut out, like it's not recording as I'm racing. I think it's because my memory's filling up and I need to go through and clear a lot, and the recording is looking for areas where it can record, so I need to clear stuff and defragment. More people going, so up to 9th place. It is looking good for me. And again, I'm just sort of trying to stay calm as I can and just go with the flow. And every once in a while, like that car getting past, I thought, right, there's the first person who's ever overtaken me as an A driver. Congratulations. I've sped it up 2 times speed. So no, I'm not going that fast. I've sped it up because it is 22 laps. I was going to trim sections out, but I didn't know what parts to trim, and it gets a bit messy, so I thought I'd just speed it up. For me, this is not about the race, it's about my experience as an A driver in GT1. And again, as people who are A drivers would know, heavy damage. You get damage and it sticks with you for the whole race. And I guess as a B driver you get, aero damage or suspension damage. You don't really notice it when it's only 30 seconds long, but if it's permanent, you notice your speed does drop off. So it's quite important to avoid heavy collision. I can't remember the tyre wear or fuel consumption for this, but it was a medium soft tyre race, so starting on mediums for the first 10 laps and then finish off on soft for the final 12. Not much time to prepare, so, and being with Nissan, there are 4 cars you can choose from, so trying each car and working out which one is the best. It was almost like a last minute decision to stick to the GTR 2018. I'm pretty sure the fuel was okay, but it was the tyres that would wear. So on mediums up to lap 10, and then I pit to complete the race, of course. So lap 5, and I'm in P9. Obviously some people, it's a bit odd, I'm not used to it. People are pitting a bit early, like someone pitted lap 1, I believe, and I think it's usually because of damage, and they're better off to pit and clear the damage. Like I said, it took me a while to put this together, and eventually I'm just using this footage because there are bits that are cut out and I'm trying to stitch everything together. And if it's all just one reel, I can usually use the pit stop. I can line things up and then trim the ends off, and everything just lines up. But when bits are missing, it gets very difficult. See there, just going touch wide and trying to be as consistent as I can. And the split times, I can see people just slowly catching me. I felt just like a fish out of water. Notice, so I'm in P10, the guy in P9, yeah, look at his internet connection, not good, and he's an Australian. So yeah, I think I went just a touch wide to let that guy go, and just slowly dropping back. People are just slowly catching. This track, I don't do it enough, and I'm only slightly familiar with it going the normal way. This is in reverse. So the normal way is a bit odd. This is even weirder for me. But I don't know if that's an excuse why I'm going bad. I think it's because I'm a newbie in GT1. Some of these corners I seem to underestimate their top. Like there was a skip. Yeah, the corners I underestimate. They're more tighter, or I think it's a 90-degree bend when it's actually a large hairpin. So I start to accelerate a bit earlier than what I should. This looks like a 90-degree turn, and yet when you look at the picture, top right, it is a full-on hairpin. So I entered this race not expecting much. So to be honest, the nerves weren't really there because, like I said, not expecting much, and I'll start from the back. And I predicted I would finish at the back. That should send my DR back down to a B, so I'm still for the next 2 weeks now in GT1. But I could drop back down to a B. But I do plan to smash a few dailies to either try and keep myself as an A driver, or if I do drop back to B, to get myself back up. So there's another skip. I've got to clean up the memory of the PlayStation. Oh, it's late on a Sunday night, and I feel like I should do this. Not necessarily because I've got millions of fans who are demanding it, but again, it's my very first ever race. I want it just on record. Yeah, so finally pitting, and not looking too bad. Coming out in P11 on fresh, soft tyres. And people had pitted before me a lap or two before, maybe 3 or 4 laps. So I thought, their tyres are going to struggle near the end. So hang in there, Mike. And this guy here, I think it's BVL Darren 1972. Not happy with this guy. His internet is not the best either, and is a little bit distracting. You'll notice, like, he just hit the wall there. I think that's him lagging. No penalties. So, and again, that's not an excuse as to why I'm doing bad. So I'm in P13 now, and he's not. And I wasn't even getting annoyed at him because I couldn't even really catch up. And I'm following him, slowly catching, and then mainly around here, which was a bit weird. you just watch his driving line. Initially I thought it was a weakness in his driving, but bang, I thought that's just a bit odd. And then looking at his internet connection, he's jumping a bit there. I thought, oh, he's lagging. And you'll see more of it. It almost goes on till the end of the race. We're on lap 13 now. And I've done pretty well when it comes to damage. But getting there, my tyres are starting to wear. And I'm getting a little bit frustrated with his lag. And it gets to the point it's almost distracting. Like that. Bang. Now, I'd be expecting him to have penalties and I'd get past him, but it's just weird. Looks like someone else dropped out there, so I've gone to P12. Yeah, that for me was, I mean, he ghosted luckily, but just a little bit of frustration. I was trying to just gently push there. I thought, well, if you're lagging, I don't know where you are. I'm not going to try to avoid you because you could be anywhere. But there's a bit of a gap behind me. But that gap slowly begins to come down as I'm sort of being entertained by this guy's driving. Now, I did look him up, and he does record his races. I can't remember what his BVL, something Victory Lane is the decal on his car. And he is an Australian, so that's what I was looking for. Is this guy Australian or is he European, using us as a test piece and just totally distracting me? But he is Australian. Like there, like oof. And you can see in the rear view there's a Japanese guy now catching up. And at a certain point, I think there I've gone for a move and I've hit the inside rail. Now I've got damage on the front. I think that's the aerodynamics and maybe the front right suspension. And I'm hoping that the Japanese guy will be able to make a pass and get through and sort of throw the rhythm of this guy's lagging. God, it's horrible. He's just smashing walls. And then they're slowly getting away. So I'm now in, so lap 17, I'm in P13 and there's only 14 of us. And there's a fair gap between me and the guy behind. But even he starts to catch up. And I knew I'd finish near the back, but I thought this just is not looking good. Oh, see, there's the other one. I was kind of, yeah, just losing focus. So now I've got real healthy damage, and the consideration of pulling in, I thought, well, you've got about, 5 laps to go. It just is not worth it. Just finish off the 5 laps with that damage. And as you can see, those two are now just pulling away. Considering it's a compatriot Australian, I just wasn't happy. And they've literally disappeared now. And I'm just watching the split time between me and the guy behind. I'm thinking, right, I've got 3 laps to go. Can I do it? But he was catching pretty hard. Still a bit of a gap. You look at the top right map. He's quite far away. But his car must be healthy. And his tyres must be fresh because it really starts to catch. I guess the other thing I was happy with was I'm not being lapped. That was a consideration of that might happen. At least I'll be ghosted if people start lapping me. But I'm pretty much in the same lap as everyone else. It just and this was the only race I did. Yeah, this track just was not me. Didn't feel comfortable, and personally I didn't really want to do the race, but I thought I've got to do it. It's an apprenticeship. I have to turn up. I have to do it, because if I don't do it, then Bathurst, it's not my favourite track, then I won't do that one. Nordschleife, I'm sorry, but it's a crazy... I love the GP track, absolutely love it, but the Nordschleife Endurance 24 hour, that's been designed by a madman. I just cannot stand that track. I can't memorise all the corners, there's just too much. So if I didn't do this race, I avoided Bathurst, didn't do Nordschleife. Next minute I'm an A driver who just doesn't race at all. And it's all about experience, not about the end result. So there's a guy who was in final place, finally getting past me. And yes, we've got one last lap to go. Yeah, I'm just tapping walls now. I just wanted this race to be over. Like I said, I just felt like I had to do it for the experience. Was concerned, you know, obviously, again, if you're in the top 50%, your DR goes up. If you're in the bottom 50%, your DR goes down. If you're right down the bottom, which I am, it's really going to drop now. I've only just got into A, so I thought after this, I'm going to be a B driver again. That night, the morning after, I've had a look and I'm still an A driver by a B's deep. So unless I do well in Bathurst, I'll probably be back to B. Although dailies or topless might get back up. Well, that was it. I predicted it. I predicted I'd end up last. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, guys, as much as I did. Yeah, right. Thanks for watching. And look forward to Bathurst. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye for now.